Hello, Sarah of Etsy K Handmade here, and today I am so excited to share with you how to finish up the border braid on your Joan shawl. Let's go. All right, let's talk about what supplies you're going to need for this tutorial. You can pick any weight yarn. I have picked Wool Spun by Lion Brand. This is actually a discontinued yarn, but it's one of my favorites. It's a nice plush, bulky weight yarn. And then you'll just also need a matching hook. This can be whatever hook size you prefer to work with the weight of yarn that you're using. Remember, we're just practicing here, so this combination doesn't have to be perfect. All right, this stitch pattern is a multiple of 2. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about how many crossed stitches you want, and I want you to multiply that by 2. So if we want 5 crossed stitches, we're going to need 10 chains. And then because of the way that this stitch is formed, I like to anchor it on each side with an additional stitch. So I'm going to add 2 more. So now I have 12 chains that I'm going to work. And then I like to work 2 chains to get to the height of a double crochet. So now I'm looking at 14 chains. You can do this same math and make your swatch however big you want to make it. So I'm going to start with my slip knot, and I'm going to work 14 chains. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can work into your chain however you would prefer. I like to work into the back bump of my chain, so that's what you're going to see me doing. I will go ahead and leave a link in the show notes below so that if that's something you're interested in trying, you can go to my tutorial for that and go ahead and try that technique. No matter where you're inserting into your chain, we're going to skip the first 2 chains and work a double crochet in the 3rd chain. Now we're going to start our front crossed double crochets. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to skip 1 stitch or chain and work a double crochet in the next stitch or chain. Then we want the cross of this cross stitch to be in the front of the one we already made. So we're going to go ahead and yarn over and then work totally in front of this double crochet that we've already made. So I'm working back into the skipped stitch. I don't want to go around my other double crochet at all. We want this to be completely separate. We're going to work our double crochet, and you can see that now that is in front of the previous double crochet that we made. It's hanging out on back, and this one's in front. Let's try that again. We're going to skip 1 stitch and work a double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to come back to our skipped chain or stitch and work in there, keeping the other double crochet folded kind of backwards so that we're not working into that at all, going into that chain. And as always, friends, working into the chain is the hardest part. Go ahead and use your fingernails to get in there if you need to, and work that double crochet crossed in front of our previous stitch. Go ahead and work your front crossed double crochets all the way to the last chain, and we'll meet back here. I want to just show you a little trick for getting into that stitch. Go ahead and skip a stitch, work your first double crochet. Then you can go ahead and yarn over and insert into that chain just like you normally would. Just like that. If I were to grab my yarn here, do you see how I would be wrapping around the double crochet that I've already made? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull my hook in front of that double crochet and work my second double crochet. Now, at my last chain, I'm going to go ahead and just work a regular old double crochet. That helps anchor both ends of this kind of fun stitch with just a simple straight stitch. So now we can go ahead and work a second row of this. We're going to chain 2, give our work a turn. I'm going to work a double crochet in my first one, again, to anchor my stitches in place. And then it's the same pattern. I'm going to skip my first stitch, work a double crochet into my second stitch. And then you can either, and this gets easier with the second row here working into stitches, you can either kind of fold that other stitch down and get in between there, or you can do as I showed you before, skip your stitch, work into the next one, and go ahead and just insert your hook how you normally would, but now bring that double crochet you've already made behind your hook and work your front cross double crochet. One of the things I do want to show you as I'm finishing up the second row here is what it looks like to stack up 2 rows of this. If you work rows of just the front crossed double crochets, you're going to be stacking them up so that they're opposite of each other. So yes, this was a front cross and this was a front cross, but this appears to be a back cross because this is the back side of that one. If you want all of your crosses to look like they're going the same way, there are a couple ways you can do that. The first thing you could do is you could work a row of single crochets in between your rows of crossed stitches. Then the fronts and the backs would always be facing the same direction. But if you don't want a row worked in between, what you could do is you could work a row of front crossed and then a row of back crossed. If that's something you're interested in doing, I'll go ahead and link to my back crossed tutorial in the show notes below so that you can check that out. And here's what 3 rows of the front crossed double crochet stitches look like. You can use this exact same technique in several ways. You could do this with treble crochet stitches instead of double crochet stitches. You could do this with half double crochets. You could also work a row of another stitch in between. The other thing that designers will do sometimes is that they will put an extra stitch in between the crosses, so you'll skip 2 stitches and work your double crochet, skip back 2 stitches and work your front crossed double crochet, and that opens up the stitches a little more. So check your pattern carefully to make sure you're following the instructions. And if you're just playing around swatching, go ahead and try all sorts of different ways of making this stitch. It really adds some nice depth and texture and an open fabric. Thank you so much for crocheting this pattern. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you found this tutorial and this pattern fun, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and maybe even share my channel with a friend who might also like to expand their crochet knowledge. Thank you again for joining me. Until I see you next time, happy crafting!